What is going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome. It is the Pig Trail Network. I'm its host and creator, Tyzilla83. I hope you're doing well. We're going to talk about Arkansas taking on Auburn on the road. What are the odds that Arkansas doesn't get completely destroyed? We'll talk about that and more. But, of course, if you guys would, by the end of the video, or at the end of the video, like, comment, share the content that you've just watched. And, of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button. Well, let's talk about this matchup really quick. Chad Morris for the Arkansas Razorbacks are going to go with Ty Storey at the quarterback spot this week. Doesn't make much of a difference. Probably not, but will he throw a whole bunch of interceptions? Well, hopefully not. That was actually a knock against Ty Storey during the offseason, was the fact that he could make some bad decisions. He could try to squeeze the football in some tight places. We'll have to wait and see. You know, it's a tall order because you're going to ask this offensive line that's already been struggling, that's already had some injuries, that's already had someone already walk away from the game in Jalen Merrick. You know, again, this offensive line has been just absolutely atrocious this year. You're going to ask them to give Ty Storey time against one of the best defensive lines in all of the SEC and all of college football. Hey, try not to get Ty Storey killed. If you manage to do that, maybe he won't throw an interception. We'll have to wait and see. It could be ugly. It could be another, 3, 4, 5 picks, 5 turnovers kind of game for the Razorbacks. Let's hope not. Auburn, again, they're just very talented on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, compared to last year, I feel like they've taken a step back, obviously, because the guys getting drafted and, moving on, senioring out, as I call it. Their defense has probably taken a pretty healthy step forward. That being said, and I said this during the offseason, I feel like Auburn as a football team has taken a step back. I really look at them and I see a 9-3, maybe a 10-2 kind of a team. If they lose to LSU, although LSU has been much better than predicted, if they lose to LSU, I definitely don't think they get past Alabama. So at the very least, I've got them at 10-2. But what do you think, Ty? What's the score going to be this week? Well, this is going to be a 55-10 kind of game for the Razorbacks. I've heard some people argue that Gus Malzahn's going to take it easy on his old friend, Chad Morris. Look, Gus Malzahn hates the University of Arkansas. Not just Frank Burrells or Houston Nutt. He has something against this program. Not just Brett Bielema. I know people say that him and Brett didn't really get along. I don't know, but it sure seems like he absolutely hates the University of Arkansas. I actually heard somebody, I don't know if you guys in Northwest Arkansas listen to John and Deke in the morning, but they had someone on their show today who predicted, and this guy sounded like he knew what he was talking about. I mean, this guy was talking about football like he knows what he's doing. He pays attention. He actually predicted Arkansas to upset Auburn. They're walking into a hornet's nest. They're coming off a tough loss to LSU. Arkansas got embarrassed, last week, so much so that Clay Travis, if you don't know who that is, look him up on Twitter. You'll learn to hate him in about 5 minutes. I don't completely hate him. Sometimes he's just outright hilarious. But even Clay Travis said that Arkansas ought to be kicked out of the SEC for the way they lost to North Texas. I don't know. What do you think? Comment down below. Do you agree or disagree? But picking Arkansas to win on the road at Auburn, after what we've seen the last couple of weeks, that's a bold move, Cotton. That's a bold move. But, hey, even ESPN's Football Power Index has Arkansas at, about a 4% chance of winning this game on the road. I mean, speaking of numbers really fast, let's go over what Auburn has done this year so far. Stidham, the quarterback, is 48 of 75 attempts and completions. 584 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the ground. Whitlow, 44 carries, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Davis is their leading receiver at 13 catches, just over 100 yards, no touchdowns so far. Again, we know that Ty Storey is the starting quarterback, but Cole Kelly is actually the leading passer for the Razorbacks, 31 of 56 at 379 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks. DeVois Whaley, 45 carries, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. Michael Petway, 11 catches, 173 yards, and 3 touchdowns. It'd be nice. I'd really like to see LaMichael Petway just absolutely take off this year and live up to all that hype. When he came out of high school, I mean, this guy had some good offers, some good SEC offers. But Auburn, so far on offense this year, they average right at about 200 yards on the ground. They average 235 yards on the ground, putting them at 28th in the country. Their passing offense is 85th in the country at 203 yards. Their total points for, the amount of points that they score on offense is at 52nd in the country at 35 points, and then their points against, they only average giving up about 15 points a game. Again, that defense, well, it's good. They're good. We know that. Their defense is good. Again, I feel like their offense is taking a little bit of a step back, but their defense is a step forward. As a team, again, I think they've taken a step back. We'll have to wait and see as the year carries on. If Arkansas can at least, I don't know, hang up 20 points on this Auburn defense, I'd take that. I don't care what they do on offense, Auburn. I don't care how many points they score. If they could somehow get north of 20 points, on the road against Auburn, against a great defense, I'd take that all day long. Why not? That's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much. You know what to do when this video is completely done with. Like, comment, share the content that you've just watched. Of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button. If you decide to drink this weekend, to drink away the blues after watching Arkansas probably get annihilated against Auburn, don't forget to call a Lyft or an Uber driver to get you home. So be safe, and we'll see you guys again next week. Be good.